The spicy shrimp incident. This happened to me quite some time ago when I was sharing a small two-bedroom house with another guy from college. The house was divided into two-bedroom bathroom areas with a living room and a kitchen in between. We shared these spaces without issue for about 2 years. We didn't have problems with food storage, food sharing, etc. It really was a good living arrangement because we both just worked, went to our classes, and played video games on the weekend or had a couple of friends over. Pretty normal stuff. Well, Harry started taking the drinking too far in our junior year, way too far. He completely reclused to his bedroom, only coming out at odd hours to get food or throw trash away. Cans of beer were stacked ceiling high. He moved his TV and console into his bedroom instead of the living room and started being very particular about food. He went through phases of eating nothing but fast food, Taco Bell, and KFD, and then nothing but these weird juice drinks from coffee shop down the road. He didn't want me storing my snacks near his items anymore. It was just weird. He kept doing his chores, like kept going to classes and didn't really care that alcoholism was taking over his life. My friends and I had a lot of conversations with him. His parents came down and saw him. His advisor got involved, but nobody really took it seriously because he was still working, still passing classes, still showing up. So we just tried to take care of him the best we could at home, stopped bringing alcohol over from friends, etc., and kept help information out on the tables. Here's where the issue started really affecting me directly eventually. His weird food thing then turned into taking all of my own food. I was really pissed about it because we had been a living issue free around this topic, and he clearly had no issue buying his own stuff. This went on for way longer than it should have before I got fed up and did something about it. Talks didn't work. Labeling didn't really deter him. I ended up keeping my non-perishables in my room and only kept things I planned on eating that day in the fridge or freezer. It made coming home and trying to figure out lunches and dinners more stressful than it should have been. One day, I got a wild hair up my ass and decided I was going to douse him with a spicy food so hot he'd think twice before eating my stuff again. He, without fail, would steal any Asian noodle dish I had in the fridge or freezer. So one day I bought some fresh shrimp and decided I would make extra spicy noodles for him to eat. I made my dinner that night and ate it fried shrimp and some noodles with vegetables, and then made a second portion of the shrimp and noodles, but made the noodle sauce very spicy with a little bit of pepper extract and pepper oil. Here's the funny part. I packaged the noodles up in the fridge. Like I would have if it was my meal prep and I ended up leaving the fried shrimp on the counter overnight. I meant to, of course, package the shrimp with the noodles as part of the meal. Well, he did in fact steal my food when he came in the next early morning, including the shrimp that had been sitting overnight on the counter, probably at least 8 hours or so, if not a little more. He had violent diarrhea and vomiting probably 3 hours after he ate his stolen meal. I woke up to him vomiting in the kitchen sink because he was getting a glass of water and another round hit him. I asked, "Man, are you okay? What's wrong?" He replied, "Man, I think it was the shrimp on the counter." I was confused and then remembered. I said, "Oh, the shrimp I made last night. I forgot to put them up." He said, "Yeah, man, I ate it when I got in from work and didn't think twice about when you made them. And bad move on my part." I was fighting a laughing fit. I asked him if he needed anything and he said no, he was fine. He slept it off, rehydrated himself, and we never had an issue with him eating my food again for the last year and a half we lived together.